Hello everyone, this is Highlander from MTG Cardsmith doing another custom Magic the Gathering card review, and today we're reviewing another card by Rayne-Lord. And oh boy, another uncommon. Wow, really happy to see these uncommons. I love me some simple, nice cards, some nice little uncommons, commons and uncommons, bread and butter cards of Magic. And as a limited player, I'd really enjoy seeing these. So let's see what we got here. This is a 1 mana black-red hybrid card. Excuse me, I just burped quietly. A Goat Beast. And it's an 0/3. Interesting. When Fumarole Craghorn enters the battlefield, you may discard a card. If you do, it gets +2/-2 and gains haste until end of turn. I see. Among great huntsmen, felling the Craghorn is seen as a rite of passage. Only one... Oh, excuse me. I just read that wrong. One not easily undertaken nor overcome. Cool. Okay, so this is... This card's interesting. So, a couple scenarios, right? Let's say you're playing this in a black deck. Just like a black deck, right? Let's say you're playing on like a slower black deck. Do you want a 1 mana 0/3 in your slower black deck? Not really. I mean, maybe as like a sideboard card, right? Against like a very aggressive deck, but other than that, it seems like pretty bad. So, and red definitely doesn't want a 1 mana 0/3, right? So you kind of have to discard a card here. So if you discard a card, this thing enters the battlefield, you discard a card, you deal 2 to them, and then forever this thing remains as an 0/3. I don't know about that. I mean, this is traditionally an aggressive color pair. Now, this is an either or, right? So you don't have to play this in a Rakdos deck. You could play this in a black X deck or a red X deck, right? But it really seems like in order for this card to be good, you have to be playing an aggressive deck that wants the 2 damage on turn 1, and you have to be able to make use of discard. But the fact that this thing is just an 0/3, I don't know. I would almost prefer if this card was like a 1/2 or something, and this gave like +1/-1 and haste or something like that. I don't know. Even that's a little iffy. I don't know. This feels quite weak to me, this card. Again, if you have to make use of the discard on this one, right? There's no way you would play this in a deck that does not like want a discard outlet. So basically all this card is a 1 mana discard outlet, essentially, right? And a non-repeatable one at that. So, you know, it's no what's the name of that imp? What's the name of that imp? Discard. Oh, Putrid Imp, right? That's the one. Putrid Imp, I think. Yeah. It's not Putrid Imp, right? Because Putrid Imp is also a 1 mana discard outlet, but this one lets you discard anytime you want. Now, I'm not saying Putrid Imp is a fair card. And this card's also equally bad unless you're making use of the discard. But yeah, I guess you would only play this card in like a... I'm trying to think of a deck that wants this, because like a Reanimator deck doesn't really care about this 2 damage. It only cares about the discard. You know, I don't know. I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one here. Maybe if this thing... Okay, if this... Let's say this thing was like a 1/1. And when you played it, you could discard a card, and if you do, you shock something. I could see that, like, working out. I could see that, like, being a reasonable card. Like, a reasonable uncommon to play. It's essentially a sorcery speed shock. Well, you're turning one of your cards into a sorcery speed shock, and then you end up with a 1/1. I don't know if I still don't know if you would actually play that, but if you're playing a deck that really wants to discard, then I could see that. I could see that happening, because then at least you can use it to kill creatures. But this thing you have to go to the face with, and nobody's going to block this thing, right? This thing's never actually killing anything, because nobody's going to block 2 damage on a card that's going to turn into an 0/3. So, I mean, I'm also not quite seeing the flavor here. I mean, I get the flavor of, like, the art actually helps this a lot, right? Because I get the flavor of, like, he's in a defensive stance, and then, like, oh, he's charging you, but why does the discard make him charge? You know, that's, I mean, I don't know. That's it's fine. It's just, like, it's not blowing me away there. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think here. I can't really think of a deck that really wants this card. And it doesn't feel like an uncommon to me. This feels like a sort of like a, this feels like a I don't know. Feels like it should not be. It feels like it should not be. So yeah, I think this one I'm going to give a, well, your formatting's really nice. The card looks great. So I'll give it a 4 out of 10. But I think the design of this one really hurts it. Like, okay, if this is part of a set that you've made, and this set wants to discard cards for whatever reason, then this card might change in value potentially, depending on what the set looks like. But that's a big if. That's a big if. You'd really have to, like, sell me on the synergy here to make me actually want to play this card, you know. So yeah, that's my review of Fumarole Craghorn. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.